Hi, I'm Kristen Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? We are back, you guys.
We're back.
Benny's still here.
I'm here, yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear what he has to say about this episode.
I have so much.
I know you do. It's
Yeah.
episode 209, Old Dogs New.
Dicks.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
Clip that.
this is directed by Alan Taylor, who's incredible.
Fabulous.
Who goes on to direct, he's Sopranos. We stole him from
Yeah.
there. He goes on to do a lot of Game of Thrones and all kinds of amazing things.
A legend.
We love him so much. And
Yeah.
it's written by the wonderful Jenny Biggs, who we also love so much.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is one of those ones where I'm like, let's discuss Big and Carrie, because I know you've got some thoughts and feelings.
I have a lot of thoughts and feelings. Here's my
tell us.
thing. I know that everyone is kind of like Big is terrible. That's
Right.
kind of like the general consensus.
It is
and
right now.
How much are you watching like fan edits on TikTok? Because they're electrifying, by the way.
No, I don't. No, it's
Okay,
too
I'm gonna
scary,
send
because I
some
never
to
know
you.
when they're going to be mean.
There's only good ones of Charlotte.
Oh,
It's like Charlotte has one line and then boom, it's like, all these like clips of her like eating down.
Okay,
I'm gonna send
okay,
you.
cool.
But I know here's the thing. In between the movies
Yeah.
and just like that, there's a happy marriage there.
You're right.
They were together for a long time. And the days they have that we see where he's kind of putting on like records and she's like getting takeout and
Yeah.
they're kind of like hanging
It's
out.
good.
He's got a cigar.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like they really they match each other's freak.
I think you're right.
They're slight, I think we say narcissistic
Yes.
a little too freely.
Yes.
Of course,
It's
I
very
think,
commonly
they both
said.
can be self-centered at times, but
but
I
can't
think
we all?
yes, and I think that he is of course toxic, but I do think that he loves her, and his actions in The American in Paris Part 2, I'm like, he loves that woman. And
Got
he
it.
did. And at the wedding, it was a lot. I kind of
Yes.
see why he was a little bit like freaked out. And I do
Really?
get that he was like, it looks bad because it's my second marriage and I've already had my marriage was in the trades. I think also he tried to call. She's got to start using that phone.
My daughter had
She's
taken it.
Gotta
She
get
couldn't
that.
use it.
Exactly. I'm like, Lily, don't play those. But here's
know.
I'm like, I think, of course, I'm glad that she was like, you at the wedding. I mean, that was, and
Yes,
when my
had
girl
to
gave
be.
him the, that was huge.
Ad-libs.
Huge.
One of the few ad-libs ever.
That's my girl.
That's good.
But yeah,
That was all the years of them telling me Charlotte couldn't be angry, pent up, got to
and
come
you
out
go,
at that
watch
moment.
this. Zach posing on,
Someone
ready
gave
to
me
rip.
some freedom.
Yeah, you go, let's go.
Right.
But I just, I think I'm a Charlotte in that way. That
Got
I am
it.
like, I do see that there is like a love and a friction here. I
Yeah.
think there's other powers that be. Do I think they're like totally perfect for each other? Maybe not, but I do think that there was a beautiful bond there.
I think you're
and I
right.
really don't want to. I don't want to speak
on
ill
him.
of it.
Yeah.
I don't like her and Aiden together way more than I have problems with Vic.
Yeah, we can't talk about that right now because we will never talk about it.
I know. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
And so here's
this
my thing.
is my
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
So I, at the time,
Yeah.
right, because I play Charlotte, and Charlotte was always believing in love and always pro Big,
course.
right?
Yes.
So I never, ever, ever second guessed it at all. And I'm not the kind of actor where I read a script and think about it from an outside perspective. Cynthia does that beautifully. Like she'll
Yeah.
say, "Oh, we need more of this or this or that." She can think about it analytically. I'm
Yeah.
in it from the second that I read it. I'm never
Oh, that's
out
so
of
interesting.
it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, of course. You're like,
So
this is only the information I'm getting in this.
right,
Is,
and I'm going to go with it. And yes,
Yeah.
I'm building on it in my head, right? Like, what
Yeah.
do I need to deepen out here in my mind that I'm going to play, subtext, whatever, blah, 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 especially in the beginning, right? Because we were just starting.
Yeah.
But I never questioned Big. And also, and I've said this many times, but, I see Benny with the Kardashians. I was supposed to talk to you about that.
next time.
Okay, great. I really felt like I look back on it now because I never rewatched before I am now, right? So I'm lit, like these episodes, I hardly remember.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I don't know what I'm about
sure.
to do. I'm
Yeah.
like, what am I about to do? I
When
have
they
no
came
idea.
out, did you watch them? Or?
I watched it before they came out because they'd give us a VHS
Oh, whoa.
before it was on HBO.
Okay,
right?
so you just watched that and then that was
We'd
it.
run home and we'd be
Yeah.
like, oh my God, we'd be so excited. At least
Yeah.
I was, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't that critical of myself back then, but also I was so into the world we were creating.
Well, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I wanted
it's
to
like
see.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I-
see what everyone else is doing. That's always fun.
Exactly.
To be like, I didn't even know
Right.
you were shooting that.
Right, because you weren't there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so fun.
really cool.
That was- yeah.
So I never thought twice about Big, and I also think that we were just very, very used to men like this.
Of course.
And I mean, it's not like they don't exist now, but like back then they were kind of the norm.
Yeah, him in this episode, looking at women, I'm like, yeah, I don't see any changes now. Like I'll still literally be with like a guy, a straight guy.
Yeah.
It's rare, but I'll be with a straight guy every now and then. And I'll see like them check out, a waitress, and I'm like, I'm sure I do that to guys.
So as a man.
I'm like, I get that. And also I've seen like women do that. I mean, my friends at
But do
times
we
will be
do
like,
it as obviously?
No, of course not. There's so men don't do this thing. It's called being discreet. I would say that's not necessarily on the menu.
Right.
But I do think that yeah, I get where Carrie's coming from. I wish Big. I hate him in that bar scene with the cigar. That part is so
my God.
hard. Isn't that so
Horrifying.
cringe?
But
like I die a little bit. That's where he loses me.
You know what's so
but
sad? It's so sad because the episode before he sings to her.
I know.
In the Italian restaurant.
He says, my girlfriend.
And you're 11 says that you're just like, everything I ever said wrong about him, I take it back.
Exactly.
And then we're now in this episode
with the
where
waitress.
he wants to smoke a cigar and this adorable young waitress comes and Carrie puts up with it. And I'm dying
and she
for
looks
her.
fabulous.
She looks fabulous. She looks fabulous at all times.
Really at all times.
I mean,
it's
my
insane.
God.
Oh,
it's
my
insane.
favorite Carrie moment that I feel like actually now I think it's getting its flowers, but when she's got the newsboy cap on, ponytail, midriff,
and the tiny,
Gucci belt, and she shows up at the bar and Aiden's playing like Yahtzee with the bartender. And you guys want me to like Aiden. Don't be crazy. Don't be crazy.
Funny. I haven't gotten to that part. I know the outfit, but I haven't gotten to rewatching
He's
that.
a bastard. When he tries to punish her for her love with Big. Sorry.
Well,
I love Carrie's
that's a whole
homewrecker
thing.
era.
That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing.
Okay,
We're not there. We have to stay here. We have to stay here.
Yes.
Okay. So here we are. So this is the thing that bugs me about so what about Samantha? Samantha said, so Big is very obviously looking at other women as Carrie and he are walking down the street.
Yeah.
Then she talks to she talks to just Samantha when they're walking in Central Park. And she basically says
eating
that
churros.
He's wondering, and very good.
Yeah.
And Samantha says, you can't change the part about a man. It's in their genetic code, like something else I'm not going to say.
She said like farting.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Of course, you got to I say all the crude stuff.
I need you to be
like
here.
farting.
Totally. But this is her, she has a theme, right? Because in the cheating episode, she's like, this is just what they're going to do. It's in their code. That's genetics. It's, it's who they are. Like, are you of that thinking?
That
about men?
It's just men are going to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a pattern for sure. I think that there's a natural thing that we tell straight men that there's like always something better out there for them, So
you don't think gay men feel this?
Maybe sometimes, but I do think it feels very straight guy to be like, the world is built for you. And I think it is in a lot of ways. So then I think they're
like hedging their bets because there might be something better.
Maybe. And also I think, I don't think Samantha's wrong in that if this is like a huge red flag, I don't think that this feels like the biggest red flag I think guys in general, now the red flag is how he acts in that restaurant.
Totally.
I'm like, you're so brutal.
I know. And thank God
That's like doesn't she say she's like, you're so full of yourself? Did she say it there?
She says something like that. We'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
I mean, but this is when this whole episode starts and she's holding it in, holding it in, holding it in, holding it in, which I really relate to and feel for her.
Yeah.
And, it's fascinating to watch and she does it so beautifully, because I was talking to someone else who said, she makes drama when things are good, but that's because she's held in so many things.
Yeah, of course. Also, she's an observer. I think like she's coming to this as like a writer and someone who's writing about it. Right. So it's like her being thoughtful, also talking to her friends a lot about it. Right. I don't know if I necessarily think that that's like narcissistic or I think it is her job.
Right.
And that to me, I'm like, is kind of this feels like anyone in relationships is probably talking about it too much, especially a new relationship with their friends. That's just kind of
especially when you're young.
What people do.
Girl,
and
you know what I mean?
I want my girls to. Once they're done, I go start from the top. Let's go. I want to hear it again. What do we think he's doing? I got to hear this again.
Oh my God, you're such a good friend. I love that so much.
I'm your Anthony in a lot of ways.
Love it.
Yeah.
Think
about that. Mm-hmm.
I will. Yeah. I think you're less angry than my Anthony.
Oh, definitely less angry.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm more playful.
Yes, which I love.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. We are in the depths now with Miranda and Steve. He just showed up last episode.
Yeah.
I First of all, didn't even realize he comes in the second season.
He's early.
And he's amazing from the first second.
Isn't he adorable?
Which I didn't remember.
Yeah, he's really,
God.
not to, not to,
do it.
What would this be? I guess, I don't know. I'm like, how would this get me in trouble? But he just has a great butt. And,
I never noticed.
And so much love for Steve's butt. Like, I feel like people, as a young gay guy watching the show, I was like, Steve's like kind of hot.
Incredible. See,
because everyone's like big and they all have their guys, but I'm like, Steve's hot.
Oh my God, he's very hot. And he's hot. I never noticed the butt because I know him and I can't. It's weird.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean,
and he's so much more than that.
Right, he really is. And the thing that's great about him is that he's very, in the way that I think Evan also does, and definitely Kyle does, from the minute they show up, even though you don't know that guy is going to stay, and I can't remember if we really knew what was going to happen with Eichenberg.
Yeah.
They come with so much.
And they feel so real. Like they feel like the fully formed, because some I think are so beautifully written as this almost like the jazz guy for some reason is so funny to me because that is such a specific guy and you don't want to, it's like, boom, that's him. There is nothing else you need to know.
That's true. That's
Whereas
so true.
Some just feel like even in Aiden, I know I'm being really hard on him today. I don't know why, but you just feel like there's a lot. Yeah.
I'm not going to mention
when he did this.
Don't even, okay.
I don't know what to say to that.
I'm still recovering myself.
We all are. I think, this show so beautifully writes these like complex, like iconic women, but the way men are written, I feel like is so inspiring to me with the show. Cause it just, at times you can make it so flat, so satirical. But then someone like Steve can come in and they're just what you thought you were imposing on the spirit. They're completely different. There's so much more to him.
That's so true.
And where he's coming from. And I love Steve.
That's so true. And what I love is like, so he really also cuts through her stuff, like Miranda's obviously complicated and, tough and all of the things, right? And she was so mean to him in the first episode that he comes and now they're just having all this sex and stuff. But she's trying to stay awake.
7 a.m.
Right. And he wants morning sex and she doesn't.
Jesus.
It's a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
But then she gets all dressed up for him and drinks a bunch of coffee. And then he comes over and he falls asleep and then she's like, no.
That's so like, it's those moments. I think it even is the Charlotte, I'm your wife, and I won't do the whole thing again.
It's fine.
But it is
fine.
fully just putting yourself, it's like those vulnerable moments I think are where the show is so funny and real, and that like there's something funny about turning on sexiness because I think no one knows when they're actually sexy.
Good point.
Like we all think this thing is so sexy,
That's
but then
true.
I say that to someone and they're like, no, it was so much hotter when you did that. And I'm like, oh my God, I looked really gross. You know what I mean? You're like, I hate when I wear my hair like that.
Right.
So it's something, I think it's scene like that, it feels so real in that he's like, you look great, but it's like, that's not the,
Well,
she
it's also like she
herself,
obviously made this effort, which I think matters because previously she was kind of making none, right?
But men don't care about the effort.
Well, I do think Steve cares because apparently later, someone else told me this again. I'm really like in it. He asks her to do something for him, come to his basketball. And then she doesn't, but then she does, right?
Yeah.
But, she's just, Miranda has her walls and she's so much, right? And she's like, I'm not going to compromise or whatever.
She's stern.
That's her thing. And as we know, the whole course of them, this is going to continue in different ways.
Yeah. In beautiful ways.
Don't like
I feel like
that.
their relationship,
I think
love
so
it.
too.
I think their
glad.
relationship is so, I don't know. It feels really real to like.
I agree.
I don't know. I went to college with a lot of New York kids and I feel like she feels like a lot of the parents I met, and those relationships feel like the parents I met. I don't know.
Oh, that's
something
super
about like New York
interesting.
parents. I don't know how to describe it.
Well, I think the people who go to New York, first of all, there's a bunch of interesting people who go, right? Like you only go to New York if like you're full of something, right? Something you want to super succeed.
A lust for life.
Alpha, lust for life, creativity, whatever it is. You only go to New York if you're like overly full, right?
Yeah.
And then you go there and then you might be like, oh, what did I do? This place is insane. And you might leave. But if you stay
and raise
you
kids,
create a family, that means you're
just a different, there's something different. Exactly. Then like you stay, that's so, especially from people who came to New York, not like raised there.
Right.
Because I had friends whose like parents like grew up in Brooklyn and I'm like, that feels different.
Definitely different.
There's something about them. It all feels very real.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Okay, so I love their thing. Now we see me with this guy, and apologies to this person. I don't remember him literally at all. Like it's so weird.
Well,
when you
there
see
were a
yourself
lot.
Kissing.
Yeah,
I know, but
come
you see
on.
yourself, and you're like, oh my God, I'm kissing the guy. I have no memory. I'm just like,
It's okay.
I was blacked out
Yeah.
that episode.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, the amount of like hours you're clocking in,
It's
honestly,
true.
at that point,
It's
and like
so true.
on a
It's so
soundstage,
true.
it is just like,
I feel
I'm
like I
sorry.
should say, no, and we're not even
I'm a
on a
zombie.
soundstage at that point.
Oh,
know
are
what I
you
mean?
really not?
I do think I think at this point, I saw my white flowers, Charlotte's white flowers show up in this episode for the first time.
Oh.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, huge.
I live for them.
Let's
okay?
go. Yeah.
But I think I might have 3 flats for my bedroom now.
Okay.
I started with just 2 and a bed and a nightstand and a picture of a woman falling through water.
Yes.
That was it.
And that bed that's so high.
It's high.
It's
We don't
such a
have
high
it
bed.
anymore. Yeah, it's
TV
high.
in the corner.
It's high.
Although I don't think Charlotte would have a TV in her room.
No, I know. I think I only had it because I had that handyman one time who had to come fix the
Exactly.
TV, and then I decided to have sex
He
with him
went to
because he
Utah.
could fix it. Exactly.
The actor that you thought was gay. Don't even
Yes!
start with me. We can
Oh
go
my
all
God,
day.
I'm way impressed
You know,
because
one of
I
my
didn't
favorites.
remember that.
I love that gay guy that you're like, you
Dan
think
Futterman.
he's gay.
He's coming.
Oh no! Oh my God! I
But
love
that's
him in
one
that.
that, see, let me
huge
ask
crush
you.
on him. Oh my God!
Futterman is
That was-
incredible.
Yeah. Oh my God! When he's
I
like,
also had a huge crush.
well, duh.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh
but
my
let
God.
me ask you this: We
Yeah.
called him metrosexual.
Oh yeah, which I think we got to bring that back. That was so.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're not against.
No, I mean,
Okay.
maybe, I don't know. I'm like, I don't think I don't know if I'm pro or
Right.
against.
Me
I think
either.
I'm more like, if that was a tiptoe into being more accepting
I
of gay
think it was a
people,
tiptoe.
hell yeah. But also I'm like, it is funny to finally like give it a term because it's like, you guys are acting fucking gay. You're
Right, but
really
see, that would
confusing
have
us.
been, if we said that at the time,
Yeah.
it would have been bad.
Yeah, but Metro feels like it was the culture at that time.
Right.
It was
but then see,
you know,
my thing is also
yeah.
like, they're like, no, that guy's gay. You can't go out with him. And I'm like, he is? Oh no. I think,
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched, but I
Yeah.
think there's like a lot of,
I think you're like, let me see. I really love Charlotte being like, it feels
I was
very
into
true.
it.
It feels
Okay,
very
good.
true to my experiences with women too, where it would be like, gay was put so far down on the list of things they thought that were going wrong between me and them.
This
you
is
know?
true, yes.
They're like, it's me, it's my body, it's my hair,
sure,
my
for
skin,
sure,
the
for
way
sure,
I
for
the way I
sure,
talk.
for sure.
And then someone's like, or he's a flaming homosexual, and they're like, no, I don't see that.
Wait, can I tell you a story? Because
Yes,
you're
please.
Here? Okay. I went to college with a bunch of actors. I went to Rutgers, and they had a music
Oh.
School of the Arts, like the FA program.
Yeah.
So when we
I
started,
think I know where this is going.
you do. When we started, the sophomores and up would take bets on the freshmen and who would be gay and who wouldn't be gay. And we were just like, what? You know?
Yeah.
And I
What do
came
you
from
mean?
South Carolina,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So I was super clueless. I knew a bunch of gay people, but no one said they were gay.
No,
right?
of course.
'Cause they were in South Carolina.
Yeah.
So in the 80s,
You're like,
right?
yeah, my prom date is gay, but that's also my boyfriend. So
Exactly.
yeah, and we've been together for a while. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I have a boyfriend in college in my freshman year. His name was Bob. And he was a sophomore. So I thought, well, he's already passed the freshman test or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah, I love this.
He was
That test would have
really
meant the
nice.
world to me. Let me tell you.
he was so sweet, right?
I bet.
And really, like, you could have emotional conversations with him. I had never had this in my young life.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I never.
totally.
So then, in the intimacy category, he was really into giving oral sex.
Yeah.
Not so much into the other things,
Yeah.
right? It's not really my thing, which I know, like I'm saying a lot. I understand it's clickbait right now, but this is the truth and you're Benny, so I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, you have
I
to
was
tell
like,
me.
that's not really my thing
Yeah.
so much. But it just, I could never like get over that hurdle.
It's so real. Sorry.
Like at a certain point, I'm talking to my other freshman girlfriends about it, and we're all just like, "Huh, well, that's interesting." And they're all like, "But don't
He's a
you like
feminist.
that? Isn't that good?
Yeah,
Totally,
yeah,
like he's
yeah.
trying to please you. Isn't that great?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. It's just really kind of all that happens, and like just can't seem to." Like, I just keep thinking it's going to progress, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
And that's kind of it.
Yeah. And they
Oh,
were
okay.
like, oh, but that's not really bad. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why it took him so long, but come junior year, very gay.
Yeah.
But then it was a drama. And it's so sad when I look back on it.
I know.
Because it was like it's like what your show is about, you know, and that's part of why I love your show. Like
Thank you.
It is a specific relationship that you should be able to make great.
Yeah, but it's what's so it's that it's both sad, but then also in the end, I think there is something beautiful about it. There's like a safety, as long as like women. I think I always feel terrible if it ever comes across as like women getting used in that way.
Oh, I
it's
didn't
so,
feel used.
You know, it's
but I did
so
feel
much more-
confused.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's it. It's a little bit like mental warfare that we're
Where you're just
unfortunately,
like, what's happening?
psychological
Like,
warfare that
what's
we're
happening?
imposing on women
Right, but
where
I mean,
they're
this
like,
is all relationships.
what's going? Yeah. And so
right?
I think that's the thing too. It's like that everyone is kind of having this in all of their sexual exploration.
Some level of it. Yes.
And I think that's what Sex and the City does so beautifully, that there are so many other ways that these things can be strange because sex is so weird. Like the way that,
100%.
and everyone brings a weirdness to it. We can't help
100%.
it. But yeah, it is, oh God.
Well tied
oh,
in, Benny.
Bob. Oh,
I know.
Bob.
And then, but the thing that was sad was that after we'd been so close, I was always just like a little mad at him, I guess. Do you know what I mean? I was just like,
yeah.
I'm a little mad,
Fucker.
confused,
That
mad.
makes sense. And I think that also is the show. And then I'm like, these relationships are so complicated. Like it does, and there's miscommunication and there's, you are, unfortunately like telling something false.
And we were 18 or 19 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we didn't have
your
the
feelings hurt and you're like,
maturity
you're like, I gave you my body. Like I felt, and then like, oh, you wasted my time. That was kind of a thing
No, I
too.
didn't have that conversation at that point in time.
Being in a theater school, I would say probably, most.
Oh yeah, you had to look real hard. You had to look real hard to find anyone.
And
who
then it'd
wasn't.
probably be the one you would never would have thought.
Oh no, it was one that I totally thought.
Oh, okay.
And he was a great boyfriend. But it took me till senior year to figure that out. But it was great because it was freedom. It was freedom. Once you kind of accepted, it's just freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Charlotte and this boy
Let's
who
do
wants
it.
to get circumcised,
Yes.
which is so weird.
And
honestly, can it even happen?
So yeah, I
As
don't
an
know if
adult,
this
I
can
don't
this
think
happen.
it can.
But I love
wanna
that Charlotte's
ask our
pushing
writers.
our guys like this. That she's saying, "Hey, I need this," but it is so a guy thing to have this new at the end when he's like,
I know.
I kind of have this newfound life.
I know,
like, I
but
can't
also
limit it.
You don't see it coming from this dude. He's like kind of.
It's just great. It's just like it's such a deliciously written
Is it?
sequence to
Okay,
me
good.
that it's like. I mean, I don't. This is so interesting to me because it is so American in that this is such a, because I grew up in Idaho. So it was like if someone was uncircumcised, everyone knew.
Right. 'Cause it was
like,
very different.
It was so different.
Right.
And so I feel like there is something so Charlotte when she has that line that she's like, I'm from Connecticut.
Right.
That is so
It's
Mary
so,
Beth Barone.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I know a lot of people do this, like cover their true selves. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's so much so that acting it feels really fun.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I'm like kind of back in the swing of things.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I love that take
But I think
on it.
Charlotte, I think she could have maybe come to love it at some point if she really ended up liking the guy.
Yeah,
But, it's
I
just
don't think
something
that guy
new.
was exciting enough.
I completely agree. And I think she was like, oh, yeah, maybe, let's see. And then him getting it done, though, at first I could see how that'd be like, for me?
Right. No, that
You
was
know?
exciting. A
You had
gift for
you had
Charlotte.
a procedure
You-
for
well,
me?
100%.
What could be better than
Right.
that?
And also the girls are like, the girls don't even get her thinking, which is obviously not unusual, but it is very sweet. But there are also so many big things that happen, but I don't even want to try.
Well, Samantha's my favorite is very much, I really see myself reflected in that of returning to an ex-girlfriend and you're like dressed up as them in a way.
know.
I don't know. I think about that a lot where I'm like, well, yeah, I had kind of been with this girl in college, and it was so I wonder if she
We're
would
telling
ever see
college
this.
stories.
But
It's
you know,
okay.
and I
Don't
just
say her
I've
name.
never heard a single thing from her about anything, and I've never heard anyone ask her. But I am curious, like if she. It seems like maybe she is kind of like more on the mad side of and kind of like what the fuck.
Maybe
like
you
you
should
really
reach
duped
out.
me.
Does she still live in Idaho?
No, this was in college.
Oh,
So this was
college. Got it.
so this was
Georgetown.
at
Oh my God.
Georgetown.
No, she should
but
be
it's just so
more
it's so
evolved than that.
but it's so
No?
funny to me to think like, oh my God, yeah. I don't know. That scene feels so real of like
My thought looking at it was, why is she not more flattered?
well, incredible line delivery of like, I'm so much prettier than her. That is so. It's just
It was funny.
That's
It was funny.
incredible.
It was good.
I think now maybe more flattered. I think
Got
at the
it.
time, I think it might be a little bit of the Bob thing where you're like, damn, wait, really? And like, am I the reason that you're out now?
Right.
Like,
And she's confused by
damn
that.
it.
That
But
makes
like,
sense.
But I'm
Yeah.
a perfect woman.
Right.
like how,
Right.
so I think there is just something so almost in that of him like taking her entire vibe for the drag queen, I feel like is also
Is that
maybe
questionable? Is that not flattering?
I think both the name and the look is kind of like, that could be like
too much.
Wait, you're you're
calling yourself
you
Samantha.
took my whole vibe. Yeah.
Got it.
I'm clearly the reference here.
Right.
And but it's just I think that is almost like just a beautifully like comedic scene in an episode that feels more like about this complicated of like Carrie and Big kind of being hell a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
So you almost need that moment of like,
oh, definitely. I was thinking about this as I rewatched, like how once we feel more confident to be dramatic, the things that we have deemed to be the comedy subplots have to be upped.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like tone. I mean, that show, like I think Sex and the City balances tone so beautifully because it's like the second it would maybe get too much, then there is like a perfect laugh or just like someone, one of the side stories, whether it be you or Miranda or, and that these, and or Carrie at times where like that's the humor.
Right.
Like even I think Hot Child in the City, I'm trying to think of what the other storylines were, but Carrie's is kind of funny because it was just like a young guy that she's like smoking weed
with a hose or something.
Yeah, and it's like she kind of gets to have that kind of like fun,
right? And he's got like fluffy
sexy
hair.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like he draws her in a comic book,
right? Oh my God,
and it feels very.
Oh, we had a new writer who drew comic books. Alan.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
this is why it happened. Yes,
I love that.
It's all coming back.
Just
to
feels
me.
very like light, and I think the show can balance that. And what a gift of an ensemble. I think that's so fun for writers to be like,
the writers,
okay, if it's going to be if this is going to be so sad. Like I remember when I was writing the 5th episode, Scott King and I were laughing so much at the thought of Haley spreading mono at this party while, me and Carmen are getting our hearts broken, but just playing within that world of like, because, people signed up for a comedy. So you also want to give them. So,
can I ask a very risky question?
Please.
And then you can go.
Please. I never want to leave.
You're
by
so
the
sweet.
way.
I don't want you to leave. I don't want you to leave. So obviously we took time off. We did the movies. We took time off. We came back with Then Just Like That.
Yeah.
We intended to come back and make a different show with the same characters, which I know is slightly insane. I don't know if I knew it then, but I definitely know it now.
Well, of course, as is always the case.
Right. And no one had really done this. It's not something that's commonly done. We're so lucky we got to do it, obviously.
Yeah.
And the tone is different, obviously, because we could never replicate the tone.
Yeah.
And it's twice as long, and there's more characters, and we're dealing with different things.
Yeah.
But when you look at, say, the balance of drama and comedy in Sex and the City, and then the whatever people want to call it, like people talk about how like we're insane on And Just Like That, which I don't feel when I'm in it.
Like that people are acting insane in the show?
Right.
Or that or like, oh, the scenarios are insane.
I don't feel that any of it is insane.
I don't think it's insane. I think it's a shift from the show, but in a way that, that feels like you have to naturally evolve. I mean, what an insane creative challenge, I think, is like the whole process of it. Because also each one is coming to, you want to show evolution of characters. Right. And I think that's something tricky that people, whether they love or don't love how a character is acting, it's like, but the actor also has to bring in history to it. Like they are not that character that you met because no one is the person that they were 30 years ago. That would be strange.
And that's the problem though, because we're frozen in time and still being watched.
Yeah.
Yet we're making this new thing.
Well, that's why it's smart to create a different format for it. But I think there's still an obvious blend of comedy and drama and maybe like a little bit lesser like intense drama. I mean, I guess Big like literally dropped dead, but sorry. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
I get it. No, I get it.
Not because I think it's funny. Just like, I guess.
Well, that was how we started. So then that was kind of the ultimate.
There is that there is like a maybe more levity than, or like,
for me,
I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know. I think that the show so beautifully can keep people still engaged though. Like, I don't know.
True.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm like,
to say.
Exactly. Which I think isn't that like, I don't know. It's kind of proving itself in that it's like, still we have so much to say about women and what we think women should be and act and do
100%.
in culture, and whether that be sexually or with their families
or wrong or
exactly. So I'm like, I don't know. And each of the relationships also still feel complicated. Like I think the Carrie and Aiden thing does kind of sound like something that I think some people that are single at that age feel, and that there's, so I'm
single.
Like, are you really?
Yeah.
Marry me. Wait, baby.
Let's do it. But what about your boyfriend? I mean? Is he going to come?
He's coming with, of course. Okay, cool. My Charlotte. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, he really is my Charlotte.
Are you a Charlotte at all?
Okay, so I think I'm Charlotte Rising.
Okay.
Because at times I am very
Oh, okay.
You know, and I do feel
okay.
kind of like a preppy boy, and
Right.
I like being
You
straight
have
A's.
that vibe.
I like being straight A's. I like doing, you know, I was
Yeah, you're an
valedictorian.
overachiever big time.
Very that.
Yeah.
But then I think I lean maybe a little bit like naughtier, like Samantha. Uh-huh. And then I do have like some Carrie in me, I think.
I was going to say Carrie.
I do feel a bit
I don't get a
Carrie-ish.
Miranda vibe.
I'm not, but I love her so much.
Of course.
And
No,
I,
it doesn't mean that
and
you
I
don't
surround
love.
myself, I think,
Right.
with Miranda and Charlotte's.
Got
That
it,
feels
got it,
like
got
my
it, got it, got
consistent.
it. Yeah.
Like Mary Beth to me feels like a bit of. She's such a Charlotte, but then I think there's like a Miranda.
She got
She's
an
very
edgy
logical,
wit,
very like
but
sharp.
also like sharp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlotte's not. I wouldn't use sharp.
I think she is. She's so sharp. You know what?
I was so mean
she's
right then.
so like. I think what I love is like the stances are always just like it's this.
Oh, that's
and
true.
that feels
Oh,
so Mary Beth to me, and
that's
so
true. No,
my
that's
horse
true.
girl.
That's true. That's true.
Totally.
That's true.
My
That's
like
true. That's true.
my East Coast girls.
That's
like
true.
you nail that.
Thank
so
you.
beautifully.
Thank
and
you.
and just like that is a joy. Like just to be clear, like everything.
Thank you,
I think it's
babe.
cool that there's so much discourse. Like that is
Ooh,
so
it's scary.
to me. Of course, it's scary,
Yeah.
but I think I'm getting like a tiny dose of that with my show, where like people have so many opinions of characters,
Yeah.
and they keep being like redeem him or I
Right.
hate her or she's a
Right.
lesbian, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
No, I know,
I'm
right?
Like, okay.
Sometimes you're just like, what?
But I think the fact that people are talking about it and electrified, and that Carrie all of a sudden is fucking pissed at Miranda, hell yeah,
I know.
I'm seated.
It was fascinating.
She's mad at her.
I didn't see it coming, man.
Don't drink that Mexican Coke.
I was scared.
She's like,
I
you
was
touch that
really
yogurt
scared.
one more time.
I was scared last week when they argued after my birthday party.
Uh-huh.
I was
That's
like,
what I mean.
what happened?
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen the latest week. That's tonight.
Got it.
Yeah.
And because the Coke I think was even before. It's been coming. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she took the last Mexican
I know,
Coke.
but see, they have a complex relationship. When you
I
look
know.
back, it's almost like they're kind of
Remember
in
when?
love.
I think there's something there. I
Yeah,
agree.
I
But they need
know.
to kiss. But there's something.
They do, but then
there's
can you
something in that
imagine
there's
how mad everybody would be?
at this point, it's like let her rip. You know what I
nothing to
mean?
lose,
yeah.
baby.
You go.
Nothing to
Charlotte's a
lose.
lesbian too.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, I just watched
Yeah.
my Power Lesbians. It was really fun.
Oh,
I was
what
like,
a great
Charlotte missed
episode.
her opportunity,
That
man.
woman, oh my God, her line, what a great mic drop she gets. But if
Fantastic.
you're not going to eat pussy, you're not a.
Oh, I know, man. I know. I went to the cubby room when I was young.
And we'll end there. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
You're perfect.